And I've hit the recording button. So the way to communicate with me is through the questions at the bottom. And just type in and say, Sheila, I can hear you. I can see you. Your hair looks great. I'm just decent. Okay. I'm pretty excited about this. Beautiful. No one said my hair looks great. Oh, thank you, Kimberly. I'm just teasing with you. I've had a great day here in Dallas, and I'm actually sitting in what we call the Black Jacket Room. And for those of you new, it actually starts, and you're just going to have to trust me. That's our journey wall. You can see all of the momentous, that's a bad word, momentous, all of our milestone dates on the wall, and goes all the way around the room. And I'm sitting here. All the employees have left for the day, except for a few. So I thought, why go to my hotel room? It's dark and, so I'm going to do it now. So are you excited? Okay, let me ask you in a different question. Are you prepared to not just listen and say, well, that was a good 20-minute pump up, Sheila, but you're actually going to go find a quiet place in your house and make some phone calls. That's the whole point of it. You see, rather than just get you pumped up and say, good luck, people, go, I hope you can do it tomorrow or Saturday. The whole purpose, because I'm going to probably at some point say, okay, now you're on your own. I'll mute myself. I'll go make a cup of coffee. I'll talk to the cleaners. But I'm not leaving you. I'm coming back, and we'll decide on a mutual time, even if it's just half hour, because the whole idea is to give you the instant confidence of doing it. I can encourage you. It's the doing it. So are you with me? Are you with me? I guess that's what I'm going to say. Okay. So let's move on, okay? And for anyone joining late, this is going to be fabulous. So I wanted to help you get bookings. And as I said in the email that I sent out for new consultants, you probably got a couple of things that are maybe holding you back a little bit. You may think, what is a booking blitz? Why do I want to book parties? What's so special about July? And then it's, well, who am I going to call? Like my mother? And then it's like, well, what am I going to say when I get somebody on the phone? That's what I'm going to help you with tonight. So I'm going to say a couple of things. Here's what I would do to get prepped for tonight. Do you have a pencil and paper? And if you've got your cell phone, you could take a picture of a slide that has something on it that appeals to you, that you're like, wow, I like those words. So I want you to get your cell phone so you can take a picture or a screenshot if you know how to do that on your computer, so you can save something that has value to you. The other piece of advice, in case I forget, years ago, I was in charge of a call center, and I encouraged all of the team. I gave them all a mirror to have at their desk. And it wasn't because I wanted them to spend all day looking at how gorgeous they were. And I can see myself right now as I'm talking to you. You see my face, and I'm also seeing my face. And it's because when you use a mirror, so I'm going to say, get a mirror out there, and you become aware of your facial expressions, like I have to be aware of with you for the most part, but I might forget once in a while or think, gosh, my hair is wonky. The truth is, you can control your emotion better. So I'm going to smile like I'm the most excited I've ever been to do a call for Norwex tonight. And I think because you're watching my face, you can sense the excitement and emotion in my voice. And so it makes me come across, perhaps, listening to me like someone that you would want to talk to. So when you're on the phone, using a mirror just to keep yourself in check is a great way to make sure that you've got the right frame of mind when you're on the phone. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay. So those were just a little tips. Now, here's the agenda like I promised you, okay? What's in it for you tonight? Well, I want you to put a couple of bookings on your calendar, or at least feel confident that that phone doesn't scare you. What's in it for my host? It's not just about Mop Month. And you'll find out what I mean when I ask you a few questions. And to remind you, especially if you're new, or if you're not personally excited by the mop, we're going to talk a little bit about what's so special about July. As I said before, who are you going to call and what are you going to say to them, and the what's next. And we're going to celebrate, come back together and share results, good or bad. So you and I both know that everything happens at the party. And I don't believe for one moment that people take the summer off. Our customers, our hosts. Most people I know, okay, some people have the luxury of taking the summer off and that's it. But for most of us, we have a 1 or 2 week summer vacation and then it's back to normal life. So yeah, there's baseball and soccer because the weather's great. And if you lived in Toronto where I live, well, the winter time, you've got hockey. So there's always going to be real life happening. And so we can't let what we think other people are busy with direct our business. You know, if that were the case, shouldn't grocery stores close up because everyone's on holidays and just let the grocery stores near cottages and cabins stay open? What about the city folk? Well, it's because we know the whole world's really not on vacation. So I don't want you buying into that, okay? So the party is, and you can call it whatever you want. We just get together around a kitchen table and have lemonade and we talk for about half an hour or 45 minutes about steps every family can take towards reducing the use of harmful chemicals. And in the end, feeling that as a family, you know, the head, I don't want to say the head of the household, the mom or the dad, that we're making better choices to keep our families healthier, our pets healthier, okay? Look, the party, a $500 party is $175 in your pocket. So I want you to look at tonight as being a dialing for dollars. Sounds pretty crass, I realize that, but $175 is great income. So imagine if we tonight could book you 2 parties. Potentially, you have just put almost $400 or maybe more, $300 or $500, but you know, at 170 a party, we've almost put $400 in your bank of business, haven't we? Bookings, to me, once you get into, because I realize some of you might say, gosh, I don't have any parties on my calendar. We're going to do what I call is the harder thing to do because we pick up that 100-pound phone. But bookings that happen at the actual party are always going to be easier because people are living in the moment of what a party, Norwex get-together feels like. They can see for themselves. They are immediately already warm to the idea, and so it's easier for them to imagine themselves now having a party. So hands down, booking at the party is easiest. I think picking up the phone and personally inviting someone is the second easiest. It beats out a blast of texts. It beats a customer newsletter or an email blast, okay? Because I'm all about up close and personal and getting connected. And for those of you who are building and looking at promoting to team coordinator this month, you know, if you're not in front of parties, you need to be at parties. And that's because people see you as the consultant in action. And so they know exactly what it might feel like if they imagined that they could be a consultant. So you get that. So now I want to go back to your belief. You don't have to answer me. It's kind of like a thought question. Let's go back. How many of you started your business by hosting your own launch party? Okay, I'm just going to check questions in case somebody says, Sheila, we can't hear your voice anymore. Connie, can you hear me now? Connie couldn't hear me, so good. Everybody can hear me perfect. Thank you. Let's go back to how many of you started your business by hosting your launch party? All right. And a simple reminder, how many of you continue to host your own Norwex party on a regular basis? It wasn't just a one-time benefit. Norwex consultants may always host their own parties where they get to get the double dip benefits of being the host, earning all of the goodies and generosity of Norwex, and at the same time earning the income as the consultant. My advice to you is, going forward, from today forward, why don't you pencil in each and every month your own Norwex party? Why? Because as you go about your day and meet people or discover interest with your neighbors or family and friends, you will always have a place to invite people to experience Norwex if you have one on your calendar. But the point is, some months you might be so busy that there's no need for that to happen, and that's okay. You rub that date out. But if you don't plan to do it every month, then you have nothing to work from. Does that make sense? So I want to talk about the host benefits. You hosted your own launch party way back, and maybe you haven't been hosting many as of late, but what have your hosts told you about their host experience? So I want you to go back. Do you have a happy host story? Meaning, do you remember somebody getting real giddy when you said, oh my gosh, Libby, you are going to love everything that's coming to your house because you shared Norwex last night with your friends and neighbors. You know, I'm excited to see all of the great stuff you're going to get. And she goes crazy, like hugs you and says, thank you, thank you. I had so much fun. It was great to reconnect with friends, but I can't believe how much Norwex is coming to my house. And I got this safe haven that's happening now. Well, then I got to ask you the same question. What do you feel about the rewards the last time you hosted your own Norwex party? How did you feel when all that stuff came to the house for you? You already took your earnings, right? You already calculated, what's my 35%? But how did you feel when you got all the host benefit stuff? How did you use some of that product in your own home, but at the same time, use it as sort of an extra thank you gift for a particularly large order, or used it as an incentive saying, I have one, whatever it is, tonight, and the first person who books with me will take this home, or the first person who books with me, I'm bringing this to your party as your gift, or something like that. So it all comes down, before you can pick up that phone, it really starts in your heart. What is your personal belief about the party? It becomes a second belief, well, why would someone book a party? You see, if you don't come from a place of abundance, and I'm talking about using the phone, you're very tempted sometimes to think that you are chasing after people, or you feel that you are bothering them. When you make sure that your mindset is in a good place, that you're not asking them to do something for you, but rather you are offering them something that you can do for them, you get your confidence going that allows you to pick up the phone. So I'm going to stop right here. Do you agree? So far, do you agree with me on that? So it's all about coming from a place of, gosh, I'm uncomfortable to ask for something, and switching it to, gosh, I'm excited to be able to offer and share something that I believe has value, because I found it to be of value when I hosted. I have heard from other hosts that it was valuable and appreciated. And now you pick up the phone with urgency like, Mary, I'm running out of time. If you want that mop, we got to get you in on Tuesday night. Okay? I think that makes sense. So you have to believe there's value in booking a Norwex party. The generous reward of a house full of products, it's an easy and fun way to help someone create their own safe haven, sometimes in just one visit. You have to believe absolutely that other people are excited about Norwex and want to share it with friends and family. Look, I think social get-togethers to discover new and useful information is a great way to spend time. It sure beats watching Jeopardy all the time. And I don't mean to pick on Jeopardy. I just mean that, again, it's your belief. And remember, it's not something you're asking for, it's something you are giving. So, why July? July is mop month. You should host your own. I don't care if you already got a mop. Get another one. I don't know why people don't have two if they've got the space in their kitchen. One always has the wet mop and the other one always has the dry one. But more importantly, customers, we're finding that many people love two mops because one is for upstairs, one is for downstairs. One is for the house, one is for the deck. One is for the house, one is for the motorhome. One is for the house, one is for the cabin. One is for the kitchen, one is for my walls. One is for my kitchen, one is how I clean my bathroom walls. I could go on about why many people love having two mops. There you can see. Here we have mop month, and I know it's really hard to see, okay? And even I'm struggling here. It's at the 5:50 party. So doable. So doable for an average party with about 5 people. That mop makes a wonderful gift. What I am really excited about, though, I don't know what, at the 750, the rubber brush. I mean, I love the rubber brush. So we know what's in it for the host for her generous gifts, but I'm counting also on the understanding that people are excited to share, proud to share something that brought them value. So a Norwex customer, fan, is often very excited to be able to tell others about something they've discovered. So I want to help you build your Frankie list. You don't need to have your Frankie list in front of you. A blank piece of paper will work just fine, okay? Frankie. It's an acronym to help us keep things organized. Friends, relatives, acquaintance, neighbors, kids' connections, and everything internet. Some of you will have previous customer lists to go from, previous host lists to go from. And let's face it, Norwex is not a once-a-year visit, shopping visit. It's not once a year. Gosh, if that were the case, think of the grocery stores. They wouldn't have to have all that aisle space for all of the household stuff if they thought people only bought once a year. So we know that Norwex really is an everyday household product that goes into the family budget of home maintenance, personal care on a weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly basis. So be mindful that don't think, well, she got a mop last year. Oh, well. Does she know how wonderful a second one would be for her bathroom or her walls? I think you get my point. So don't be afraid to go back to customers and hosts that you think, well, I saw them 3 months ago. If they wanted anything, they'd call me. But let's get a little deeper. As you're going through these lists, who do you know that's really concerned about the environment, would appreciate Norwex products and the opportunity to share them? who's a social butterfly in the group of your friends. For some of you who are building to TC, who could you see yourself going into business with? And are you a part of any social groups? The other thing is, when you're looking at your list of friends, think of your best customers, the ones that always love at your parties to talk about Norwex. They have some Norwex, and every time you see them or talk to them, they're always talking about it, or you just know that they're really super excited about using Norwex. I think you should acknowledge that when you're speaking to them. You know, something like, Mary, you are Norwex's biggest fan. I want to help you feel rewarded by the Norwex host program for all the kind things that you say about our products. Let's get a party together so that you can receive some goodies as a thank you for how you share Norwex. So your Frankie list. I want you to write a piece of paper right now, okay? Grab a piece of paper, and if you don't want to grab a piece of paper and you're just playing with me, I get it. But for those of you who really want to do it, I just want to take a moment. The first thing I want you to put on your Frankie list are all the people in your mind that you're going to say, there is no way I'm calling her. I am not calling Hazel. I am not calling Susan. I am not calling Kathy. You know, your chicken list. Get that out. So I want you to get that out. I want you to write them down and call it your chicken list. We don't have time to worry about your chicken list today. But at some point, you're going to have to build up your confidence and get over yourself and call your chicken list. You see, your chicken list exists not because of them. Your chicken list exists because of you. And I get it. It takes a bit of courage. So I want you to be thinking right now, who would you love out of all the people you've done business with or all the people you have not done business with? Who would you love to host a party for you on Thursday night this week? Who is it? Those are the names I want you to write down. Now, I'm sure some of you are going, did she say Thursday this week? Is she crazy? Well, I know what I'm doing Thursday night. Do you know what you're doing this week, Thursday night? I'll be at home Thursday night organizing my house because I've been away traveling and it's going to be a little crazy. I know what I'm doing Thursday night. I know what I'm doing Friday night. My point is, we always think we got to book a month out. No, people don't know what they're doing a month from now, but I can tell you everybody pretty much knows what plans they have, except for when life happens. People know what they're doing 2, 3, 4, 5 nights from now and next week. We can manage and use that to our advantage. So I want you to be thinking of who do you want to host with? Who do you know that mentioned they love the mop, eyed it, but it was out of their budget? Who has a mop? And yet, if you could say, listen, I know you love the Norwex mop. I want to help you get a second one because I know people, or I've heard of people who use one that always stays in their kitchen, but they take one to the cabin, or they use one for their walls, or they have one that stays for bathroom cleaning because it's easy to clean the tiles, especially if you don't want to get right in the bathtub, okay? Who do you know of your friends and family that are looking at any bridal showers coming up because of weddings that are happening later this summer or into fall? That mop makes a wonderful bridal gift at a bridal shower that somebody's aunt might like to earn for free and gift to her niece at a bridal shower. So there's a few thoughts, okay? So I'm hoping as I was talking that some of you were penciling down some names. Going to go back to your belief. As you are writing your Frankie list, you need to tap into why you use Norwex products. And then I want you to tap into, well, why do you think others would want to use Norwex products? Newsflash, people want to use Norwex products for the same reason you love using them. But why would someone host a Norwex party get-together? Remember, we talked a little bit about you hosted it. What did it feel like for you? How did you think of the Norwex rewards? And then I asked you to think about what hosts have told you about the Norwex rewards. That is what confirms and affirms your belief that yes, lots of people would like to host a Norwex party. And we already agreed in principle that not everybody is at the cottage or cabin for the whole summer. And the lights went off in here, and that's because I haven't moved, and we save electricity at Norwex, and so the lights went off, and I'm not going to move, but you can still see me. Okay, why would someone attend a Norwex party get-together? Last time you had a party, or when you attended a party, did everyone look like they were having a good time? Or were people just like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get out. I can't wait to leave. And I'm being funny. So here's my conversation guide. I have 2 different conversations that I want to help you with tonight. The second one is going to be the power statement. But here's something, and I went digging back into like my training toolbox. 5 simple steps. You might want to take a picture of this one, by the way, with your phone. 5 simple steps to guide you through creating your own script. And so there's 5 steps. Confirm her, confirm you, ask for permission, your power invitation, and to follow her lead. So I'm going to give you a moment in case you want to take a picture of that. Or you're going to write down, confirm her, confirm you, ask for permission, your power invitation, follow her lead. Okay? Now I'm going to go to the next slide. You can take a picture, but so the confirm her. Hi, may I speak with Sheila? I'm going to pretend I'm 2 people. And she says, speaking. Or, Mom, telephone. Hello. Hi, Sheila. This is Libby, your Norwex friend. Oh, the lights came back on. Your Norwex consultant. You decide. Right? So I gave you a few words. So, hi, Sheila. This is Libby, your Norwex friend consultant. Do you have a quick moment so I can share something exciting with you? That was the ask for permission. She says, sure. She says, be quick. I got the tap running. Or, okay, so we're assuming she says, sure. Great. I wanted to be sure you had an opportunity to get our famous Norwex mop system as a gift for hosting a Norwex get-together this month, and I have a few dates left to book you in. So that is sort of what you're calling for. And that's something you might shift a little bit. So we've confirmed her, we've confirmed us, we asked permission for a quick moment, and then we go into, great, I'm calling because and maybe I would change this. Great, I'm calling because this is the month Norwex gives away our mop system. Oh, I like that. If I'm on, I'd be writing this down. Great, I'm calling because July is the month Norwex gifts our host or gives away the mop system to our hosts for booking a party. something like that. And I still have a few dates to book you in. And then you would go into, and so what you were going, and we'll get to what you have to do, but my side note was, you need to know what dates you can do parties in July. Okay? You need to know what dates you could do a party in July. Okay? I realize it's July 15th. There's still 15 more days in the month, and we all know what we're doing, right? And so does everybody else. So we can do this. We can book 2 parties. Easy peasy. All right? And then someone might say, yeah, I'll take Tuesday night next week. That's great. I'd say, fabulous. It's like lemonade around the kitchen table. And then, so we follow her lead. Okay? We follow her lead. So we need to know our available dates. Okay? And then we close. Fabulous. I'm so glad I called you tonight. Thank you so much. I'll be in touch with any more details, because you don't want a host coach at this moment. You want to keep booking parties. Or she says, I can't. We are leaving tomorrow for England. Hubby's sister's getting married. We're over there for 3 weeks. Well, gosh, I understand. Have a good time. But I'm so glad I called you tonight. Even if it was just to touch base, and we'll reach out again, what, in a few weeks? A month? No. And then we're going to Bob's Cottage. So can you call me in September? Great. I'll mark you down for September. Now, my slide's not perfect. Even I noticed it. But so far, I want to stop here for a minute and say, what do you think so far? I'm curious how many people are still on the call. Okay, let me ask you, so far, are you loving what we're talking about? Has this been, we're not done yet, but has this been building some confidence? Are you feeling like, yeah, you know what, I could totally do this, Sheila. I could totally do this. And I get that you got some typos on your slide and you're not perfect, but I get that you're laying out something that I feel comfortable that I can follow, okay? Now, remember I said I'd go back to the power statement, so I'm giving you 2 things to consider, okay? I get that some of us are way more comfortable speaking than other people. I get it. So we got to find our own groove. So, you know, the power statement, you know, why did I join NARCS? What do I love most about what I'm doing, and what am I looking forward to? So I kind of, you know, jazzed it up a little. So I might say, hey, Mary, you know I joined NARCS because I'm so passionate about helping families like mine create a healthier home. But I got to tell you, what I love most about right now in my business is I'm working on helping a few more of my friends or my neighbors or my Norwex fans, whatever you want to call them, have a chance to get our fabulous mop system as a gift in July. And so I'm calling you tonight because I only got a few more dates. I got 2 more nights left, and I wanted to offer you a chance to pick one first. Buzzinga, mic drop. Take a picture. I like this. I hope you don't mind my fun, lighthearted style on my webinars. No, there's always, someone wrote in just now, new to this and good to have some perspective. Thank you, Anne. Monica said, is there a promotion like the MOP system one for July? Yes, we always have different host specials. So you will find, you know, on your consultant office, what are the July host specials? And then next month, it'll be something different. But I have to tell you, if you're new to Norwex, we call it MOP month. I mean, that's a over $100 item. It's probably something that a lot of people who are managing their budget look at, because it comes in your kit and you do the figure 8 and it's all wonderful. And gosh, I got to tell you that when you're dusting or using the yellow one, right? See, so good. And I actually have the green chenille mop head too. That stuff picks up stuff you wouldn't know. You can dust your walls with that thing. I mean, I love the Enviro wand, but you get that mop with the green, the green thingies on it, you know what I mean? That thing can clean your walls and cobwebs like nobody's business. So, I mean, the mop system is all that in a bag of chips. Trust us if you're brand new. I like my word choices. You see, I love saying helping a few more of my Norwex fans, or because that would be your customers or hosts or friends and neighbors, have a chance. Because I'm giving them something. I'm giving them one of my only 2 or 3 nights that I could do it in July to get our mop system as a gift in July. Now so the previous slide, you could use that statement there as to why you're calling, and probably because I did some of this just like last minute, like in the last hour. I like what's on the page right now. What I love most about, can't see because my picture's in the way. What I love most about right now in my business is helping. I love that line. I can tell you after I've said it a few times, that's what I would say. So we're about ready to go and do some calling. So you need to know what your available dates are. Probably a good idea to put whatever dates you have available in July and also do another separate page for August. Okay? How can I'm taking a long time, but I don't know. I'm from Canada. We all have Green Giant niblet corn, right? We're not going to debate frozen vegetables, okay? But we all know what ho, 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 Green Giant frozen niblet corn. The brand and the quality of that corn is pretty well thought of, right? So if Green Giant came out with another frozen vegetable, I wouldn't necessarily have to wait to taste it. I would probably buy it based on the fact that I'm already familiar with the brand and I trust Green Giant. I hope I can draw this parallel. With your Norwex business and your host program, you need to count on the trust factor of the Norwex brand that, Mary, I'm sorry July doesn't work for you for the mop month, but let's book August. You know Norwex always has a great host program and gifts our host with lots of great stuff. Did you make the correlation? She can't do it in July. All is not lost based on the brand belief. You know Norwex, they always do right by their host and always have great things. Let's book you into August. It's like my Niblets corn. I trust the brand, so I'm going to try something new and unknown. Didn't taste this vegetable before, but because I trust Green Giant and their corn, I will buy this other package of frozen food. Does that make sense to you, or is it just me? Okay, good. All right, so you need to get some dates open. So here's what we're going to do. And I know I talked a lot, and it's my first time doing this call, so maybe I talk too much and next time I won't talk as much. I'm kind of excited, actually. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to mute myself. Okay, I'm going to go get a coffee, and I got some other work to do, and it is 7:08, 7:45, 7:45, which is 36 minutes, 36 minutes. I'm going to be back here. I'm just muting myself. I'll just mute myself, and I hope nobody walks in here. I'm going to leave the camera going, the whole 9 yards. I'm going to be back here at 7:45. In fact, I'm setting my alarm right now so that I don't go crazy. So here's the big question, though. Here's the big thing. I think this was a good call. I think we talked about a lot of things. But what's going to make this call have the most impact? I'm just letting you know here. I really am setting my alarm for 7:45. What really will make this work for you is that if you do go now, get a mirror, find out your available dates. You've already been thinking, because you had to have been, about who you're going to call, and you get on the phone and you call, follow the scripts, pick what you like, and you just do it. You just do it. Come back on in 34 minutes. You made 10 calls, write it in. Somebody got a booking. Hey, I got 2 bookings. Hey, I got a booking. Hey, I got a booking in August, but I feel comfortable on the phone. Or, hey, I tried people. I got 1 order. I got someone who told me to call them back in September. But I got to tell you, this didn't kill me. I'm still alive. I had fun. I feel confident. And we will celebrate all of those good feelings together. Is that a good plan? So before I press mute and tell you to, as Vicky says, get her done, I'm challenging you. Let me say, I know, maybe the laundry looks great right now. Maybe all of a sudden you hope your kid screams so that you don't have to do this. But come on, I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing it for you. Make it work for you. Just do it. Just do it. And come back in half an hour. So what you want to do is you can re-sign in to the webinar, because I'm going to keep it open, or you shut down your computer and mute yourself if you were on your computer and go get your phone, okay? If it helps, I'm going to go back. Hold on. I am going back to this slide, okay? I'm going to leave it there for you. So you are on your own. I'm not even going to open up comments anymore. I'm going to mute myself and go make a coffee, and I'll see you in 30 minutes. Okay, I said I wouldn't. I said I wouldn't take any more comments, but I'm such a squirrel. Somebody said that they like my fun, lighthearted training. Well, I had to read it. Okay, I really am. Like, seriously, watch. I'm pressing the mute button. Hey, everybody. I don't know who's back yet. My alarm was going to go off in a minute. Oh, there's my alarm. All right, let me turn my alarm off. Okay, I don't know who's all back, but using the question tab on the side, questions, anyone who's back, would you like to share your experience of what you did in the last half hour? You know, write in on the questions, or if you have a question for me, I'm here for another 15 minutes to help you. So write in some questions. Okay, we have one. Sorry. Vicki, you are connected. Can you not hear my voice? Vicki, can you hear my voice? Made 3 phone calls. Oh, okay, listen to this. Emmeline made 3 phone calls, left 1 message, booked 1 party, and possibly booked another party. Emmeline, as one who has responded, Heather says she yelled at the kids to get ready for bed. Emmeline, have you ever done this before? And was it scary? Anyone else who's back with us want to share any results? Did you do it? Were you nervous? Did you make 5 phone calls? Did whatever. There's no judgment here. We're just a community of people trying to help each other by lifting ourselves up by our experiences. Emmeline says, no, this was my first time, and yes, but I do feel more confident. Emmeline, as someone who has never done it before, and be honest, was the process I took you through, was that helpful to sort of set the stage for feeling comfortable and confident getting on the phone because you looked at it in a way that made good sense for you and made you feel comfortable, that you were really, which I love, is helping a few more of your friends or neighbors or Norwex fans have a chance to get the MOP system. All right, I don't know who is still with us, but this is the feedback time. Vicki said, oh, Emmeline says yes. Vicki called 3 people, 2 no answers, and 1 past co-worker was at work and had to go. But Vicki, do you feel confident that you could probably, depending on what time it is where you live, you could probably spend another half hour on the phone and it's not the end of the world? Amanda says made 1 phone call. Okay, let me just, if you're coming, okay. Whoops, I got to go to the questions again. Hold on, I'm reading these. Made 1 phone call, confirmed a party date. Text messages 3 people. 1 responded like it sounded good. She will get back to me with a date after she looks at her schedule. You motivated me to contact people I had on my likely not interested list, LOL, which I know I shouldn't have one of those lists. It's okay, Amanda. Can I ask you, Amanda, you said you phoned 1 and texted people. Sometimes that's how people prefer. They just want to be texted. My only advice is, where possible, use the phone and then move to texting, unless it's their preference. Kathy said, I can hear you, called 5 people, left 2 messages, 2 that are confirming for dates, 1 that wants to attend another party. I've been doing this business for years, but love to get on and act like I'm new. It's always good to stick with the basics. Yes, Kathy. Let me ask you, the one who wants to attend another party, If you were hosting your own, would that have been the other party that you could have invited her to attend? So that one gal who says, I'd like to attend another party, does she want to attend another party that's her friends? Or next time there's a party going in the neighborhood, she'd like to jump in? The reason I ask that, that would be a good example of why always hosting your own party is a good idea. Vicki said this helped, and I definitely feel better about making calls. Kathy said, yes, she's coming to my party. Perfect. So that's one of the great benefits of always having, if you thought, because in your family, the second Thursday of every month was always a good night. So the second Thursday of every month is your open house Norwex, or your take a closer look at Norwex. If you've got that in your calendar, when you are making customer care calls or you're doing something like we did tonight, you have a place when someone says, well, you know, my house is getting renovated or whatever. Oh, would you like to come to my party? Now, it doesn't work for sharing the host benefits, but it certainly is a common place that you can invite others to. Anybody else want to share what their experience was like? I wonder if some of you are having so much success or fun or confidence building that you're actually still on the phone and you can't get off the phone to tell us how you're doing. But I'm hanging in here for another 10 minutes. I'm going to wait and I'm going to see, okay, how many people are wanting to share back with the group how it went for tonight for them. And feel free while we're waiting, if you have a question, type it in, because we've got some time and I'll certainly answer. Okay, I'm still here. I'm going to speak so that people know that we're live and that Sheila's here. And so, you know, I want you to know that I'm here if there's any questions. So we could say that hopefully for some who did not get back on the call or hung up, that this was a good experience and built that confidence. So we'll see if anybody else wants to share their results or, you know, share that it was exciting and built their confidence. Okay. Nobody's typing in anything. Maybe I'm alone out there. Angie says, I need help talking to people that have no idea what Norwex is. No question, just a comment. I needed this and now I know to, oh, sorry. Angie just asked that. No idea what Norwex is. You might say, when you're talking about Norwex, because they're people who yet haven't been introduced, that is always a great idea, Angie, when you can host your own, especially when you've got people that you need to introduce Norwex to. So this is off the top of my head, okay? I might say something like, you know, I've been involved as a ambassador of a company that is called Norwex, and we're all about creating awareness for families that a lot of the products in our home are not really good for us. And Norwex offers excellent solutions, mostly to do with an EnviroCloth and just water. It's a company that's been around for 25 years in 16 countries, and it's really, you know, it's like an environmental company that works on a global scale of making a difference, and yet it's grassroots, just in communities, helping families make better choices. That's probably something like what I would say. you know? Um, oh, yeah, write in under the questions. It doesn't have to be a question. This is how we're sharing. Somebody said, I booked another July party and talked to another friend about it. Connie, have you ever done this before? Did coming on this call give you the encouragement or the motivation or the confidence to just pick up the phone? Can you see yourself doing this on a regular basis, knowing maybe better how to have conversations that actually make you feel comfortable, right? By, sort of what we went through tonight. I'm just trying to think. So, Angie, getting back to, I'm reading some stuff on the wall, thinking about what is Norwex. I go back to something we had in print, a promise. Norwex, it's not just a company that sells products. It's actually a promise for a brighter future for families. It's just a company with real people making a real impact on helping generations to come make better choices because it's healthier and it just makes sense. Another thing is on the solution cards when we talk about, and I can't see it here, but somebody might know, the number of chemicals that are introduced into North America and how few of them have ever been tested for their impact on human health. Think about drugs for a moment. I'm going to look at the next question. So I watch a lot, I don't watch a lot, but on TV, there'll be an ad for a drug for rheumatoid arthritis or for this or for that. The ad is a very short, detailed message about, oh, take this, it's going to fix this or make you feel better. The bulk of the ad on the commercial, or even if it comes in a magazine, is all of the side effects. All of the side effects. So in 2 seconds, they tell you this is going to help you feel better, but. So I think that it's safe to say that no one is immune to the fact that many examples can go back in history of the fact that, particularly in North America, probably, and I'm not an expert, don't quote me, but probably more so in the United States, that the way we work it in North America is people come up with new products that have chemicals and they're not tested for human safety. We only pull them off the market after there have been problems. In Europe, it's the other way around. They introduce a product that has a chemical, they test it for human safety, then they decide if they release it or not. The side effects can kill you. Connie says, it did help to encourage me to call and gave me confidence that I'm doing something good for them, not asking them to help me. And Connie, part of that is something that comes from the way we chose our words. And as long as our words come from a place of integrity and honesty, that we believe what we're saying, then we can say things like, and I wanted you to have a chance to experience this. I wanted to give you an opportunity to take one of my 4 nights in the month. Typically, I'm going to say most people, most of our consultants, on average, there's only so many nights of a month that you are able to give to your business. So it's not like you can do a party every night of the month. If you look at your calendar, you'll probably come back and say, well, there's 4 nights in a month I can do Norwex, no problem. Or some of you could say 6 nights. Some of you could say 8 nights. But my point is, you all have a limited amount of time that you can give to your community. Amanda says, I usually say Norwex is a company that offers high quality, eco-friendly products to create safe haven for our families by offering chemical-free alternatives in your home. But it doesn't stop there. They have everything from cleaning, personal care, pet care, car care, all chemical-free and reusable. Amanda, what you might want to say instead of all chemical-free is radically reduced chemicals and sustainability. Sustainability, I like that new word, sustainability. Amanda said, got it. Thank you. Okay. I think this is pretty exciting. What I'm going to ask you to do, okay, in case I forget, I'm going to send an email with this recording, and you know that a big chunk of the recording will be nobody's talking. It's the front end that's important, but what I'm thinking is, I think I might offer this again. And I'm going to ask you, and if I forget to ask you, send me. What I would like is for any of you, I don't know who I would use, but to give me a little testimonial like, hi, my name is Sheila Hercules. I'm a new consultant in Norwex, and I jumped on a call called a booking Blitz. I have to tell you that the call built my confidence or made me feel comfortable and gave me the push I needed, whatever this did for you. I don't want to put words in your mouth. So that maybe what I might do is have a few testimonials that go with the next time I do this call so that other consultants might feel more encouraged to attend, not hearing from me why it's a good call, but hearing from you. So if you want to think of sending me in a testimonial, I'd love it. Kathy said, I think this is great to be on the line at the same time. It helped me feel more accountable to making the calls. Kathy, thank you. Thank you. Because the truth is, you're not really accountable to me. But in order to be accountable to yourself, you knew that you were part of a community with people who could be in Toronto, Seattle, Boston, or Houston. And we're all in our own little world. And we all came on this call, then we all went somewhere and made a few phone calls, and we all came back together, and you knew you weren't alone, right? You knew that if you were having some success, somebody else was probably having success. You knew if somebody flat out said, no, don't call me again, that somebody else maybe heard the same thing. And all of a sudden there was comfort in knowing that you weren't alone. All right. We've had, for those of you, you've hung in for an hour and a half. Amanda said this was great. Encouraged me to step out of my box. Everyone is a potential client. It helped with a shift in mindset. And I'm going to close with what Amanda's last line was. I love it. What Amanda says, if I'm excited, then you're excited. Meaning, if I'm excited as a consultant on the phone offering, then the person on the other end is excited to hear my message because my enthusiasm is contagious. All right, I'm signing off now. Thank you all very much. Look for an email where I'm going to share with you that I'm going to share with you the recording, okay? At least the first half hour so that you can always play that over again, okay? So thank you so very much. Okay, good night, everybody, and have a wonderful evening. Bye.